Okay, so I'm back to working on this project. Getting ready to drill out my holes and mark them here. It's pretty much center. Should really use a low speed drill, but I don't want to get that. This one's the high speed sucker, but it works. Okay, time for the fun part, which I really am not looking forward to. Big jaggedy chunk of metal, better move that. Don't need that stuck in my tire. Using a number 80 flat wheel here to grind in the inside of this. Just got to do these three here. That one doesn't have it. And the one down there, which actually not going to be that bad. Now, do I need that one? Yeah, that's where my front fender or my side fenders go on. So that one there I can take off. This one I can, but this one here I can't. Okay. These freaking glasses, I hate wearing this shit, but have to. Anyway, so I just gave it a quick buff. I know this was pointless here. Ugh, hiccups. Quick buff on the inside there, where I'm going to be welding it to. I see one more hole I got to drill. It's this on the other side. It's just for the fenders to go on. Chances are I'm not going to use the stock holes, but I might, because the way I'm looking at this machine, I probably could get away with using a stock fender height. So just because of where I'm mounting the axle. So anyway, fun. Okay, so time to drill a hole in here. It's just this little sucker right here. drill gun's a little bit of a high speeder. Forward, not reverse. Note to self. Next, bring out Big Bertha. A little bit loose there, but he'll do. Half inch is a little bit big for this sucker. Okay, so this should be the last time this frame gets put in place, and should be good to go after that. So lots of sawdust, well, metal dust in there. Okay, we got the holes drilled, got the marks right there. Should be lined up perfectly now. Should is the word. Just got to pull off on it a little bit just to fit in. There we go. That hole there looks like it's pretty good. No, it doesn't matter because that's when I ground it. There we go. Fits like it's freaking meant to be. There we go. Nicely indented. Everything fits nice and tight up in these corners here. There we go. Time to weld. Well, of course, I'm going to put some C-clamps on there. So, you see right here, needs a C-clamp to pull it up a little bit higher here. So, but that's nothing. C-clamp this way, C-clamp that way. Tacky, tacky. Be good to go. So, anyway, I guess I'll start tacking. Sweet. Okay, so here we go. Got her nice and tight up in that corner there with the two clamps. I'm going to tack this here. The other side I'm not going to worry about it. I'll tack it across here, across there. I guess on the bottom too. I already ground the paint off the edges here. And basically I'm going to go from there over to here, over there. And I just kind of go along the ways. And I got it wedged in here nice and tight. So that's going to stop it from moving. So hopefully I don't get much warpage, but with the clamps in there, it should hold it pretty tight. So anyway, I'm just deciding I might as well leave my camera going. It's not an expensive camera, so if it gets ruined with welding, I'm not that worried about it. Okay, just one tacking. Just two tacking. Starting to get a little warm on the hands. Might need to put on my gloves. Gucci. Okay. This side here, try to get underneath a bit. There we go. Fill this hole. Okay, I think my beard's kind of burning a bit. Sweet. Okay, here we go. I'll show you how crappy this welder welds. I got a little bit of a gap there, not too big of a deal. Let's go nuts. How bad my helmet on straight. There we go. Burn my nuts here. Nope. Yeah, I call that shit weld right there, but that's, yeah. best this welder is going to do. Now, if I can find my wire brush here, wait, that's my head is full. Shine her up a bit. So, yeah, I know if I took my time there and went to, you know, in proper half moon shapes, it would probably look a little bit better, but so it's just such a shitty welding. Another thing, this button here is starting to short out on here, so you got to press super hard to hold it. The silicone's already wearing off on the front there. So anyway, that was the last little bit of weld I'm doing on here today. Frame is together, I guess, besides a couple support beams that I got to put in. Yeah, I think this welder is a little bit old. I'm not sure if you guys see that, but right there is a 1968 patent. I guess that's a patent, or maybe that's a, what's it called? Meets the requirements, I guess, for 1968. Yeah, that is a pretty old machine, I guess. I don't know if that's that could be, it could be 10 years newer, 20 years newer. Anyone knows, there's the old original Princess Auto logo. And really, other than that, there's not much else on here. So, yeah, oh, there's some kind of tag up here. Yeah, you can't even read what that really says. I'll have to look on the footage after. So, it takes the gas, so it's a MIG welder, not a flux core, but it could work both ways. Like right now I'm just using it flux, but... Well, time to kind of figure out my ride height on the rear. So here's my hole shot. I think they're the XCR03s, so hole shot. Brand new, older stock. They've been sitting around now for a couple years. Lots of fuzzies left on the side there, so I could run them with the valve stem in or out, depending on the offset I want. So, going to make it so I can adjust it. I think I'm going to mount it where the valve stem is inside, and then I can always change it after for some added width. So anyway, I guess I could pull out the frame here, which just needs a bit of grinding. I could get my axle there, kind of eyeball all my height, and kind of get an idea of, yeah, what kind of ground clearance I'm going to get out of this sucker. Sweet. And just thought I'd show a comparison to the stock ones, how much wider they are. So, sweet. Okay, so if I mount the bearings on the top like that, yeah, I know I don't have it centered right now, but I don't plan on mounting it, of course, yet. That'll give me roughly 10 inches of ground clearance. So I'm kind of thinking I'm not going to go too low on this. I'm going to go wide. So, because once I got my sprocket stuff in there, you know, you lose a little bit of ground clearance with that shit. If I flip the rims around, I gain quite a bit extra too of width. So again, I plan on putting bearings up in here with bars coming down like this. So, and then of course from here down to there. So I could tripod style bearing holder, and maybe even I'm thinking I might go up over the sprocket, I mean, with another one. Not too sure yet. Kind of building it more or less for some flat track style stuff. But where I ride, I need minimum 8 inches almost, because even a racing quad's hard to drive where I want to ride this thing. So yeah, I know I don't have it centered right now. So what I'm going to do is, right there is about the width of a normal quad. So you can see I got it right at the end of the hub on this side. And this side's pretty crooked, but if I match them up, right there is pretty well centered, like that. In my opinion, that's a little bit too skinny, so I don't know. So you can, as you can tell, I don't have those bolted on the hubs right now by the way they're leaning. So, see, there it is, just like that. Anyway, you know, that's not bad for a distance. And again, if I reverse them, you can see because of the offset. I don't know if this is a 3 to 6 offset. I have no idea. I never measured it. Have no idea. But if I flip them, I'll gain quite a bit extra. Just to show you here. This one's loose. Just gotta. Nope. Whole hub. Ouch! Hold this up. Don't crunch finger. And yes, I'm using a splined shafts or axle on this hub. I don't mind welding this hub because it's virtually a 1-inch. A little bit loose there, but that's no big deal. I don't mind actually fully welding it on here and at the back. Doesn't bug me whatsoever. Come on. You know, I should just put down the camera for this. Okay, oh, stay on there. Stay on there, yes, Sophie. Go. Oh, somewhat anyway. You can see there, flipping it gains me about an additional 3 inches. So can't really see it because this side here is sticking out a bit more. I kind of, yeah, I moved it quite a bit, slid it, but anyway, got to decide. Now what I'm going to just flip the bearings. Mind you, if I could just do the measurements here. If I take the bearing, put it underneath here, I'm going to be getting, let's see here. I can always lower it after, like lower it down. I'm not too worried. Just trying to find my tape measure right now. I know I had it in my hands a few minutes ago. Okay, so if I flip these over about 8 inches, about 6 inches I'd lose, which then is bringing me at like a 4 inches of ground clearance. So yeah, I'm going to run it the way it is. Again, my buddy, he doesn't want to lower his down, so no point in giving mine only 3-4 inches of ground clearance, because then where he goes, I won't be able to go. And we like to be able to ride over top rocks, shit like that. So anyway, I guess I'll flip this over and see how bad it actually looks. Okay, so I decided I'm going to keep it nice and high. Kind of thought about it. I like to be able to go through water, and yeah. So that's the way it's going to go for height. You can see my welding there that it went through. The other side I just tacked it, but I do plan to finish up welding it. This side here looks like shit because I never cleaned it off yet. See, this side there's only a few burn spots here, so where I tacked it. So yeah, I plan on welding that fully, but I'll do that once I get it made up. Now for the rear wheels, I want this thing to be a little bit longer because we got sand dunes. We got actually sand pits, sand dunes, stuff like that. So I want to be able to hit some good, you know, some pretty decent trails and stuff. I can't have it quite this far back because the sprocket would go up to here, up to there, which means it would hit whatever I mount on here. So I got to design it where the sprocket just comes up to the edge of this. So is that going to fall off? Yeah, if it does, it does. They're going to have to be mounted pretty much just like that. So it's pretty much how it's going to go. And as for that shaft, yeah, I got to cut maybe 8 inches off it, 6 inches, because it is sticking out there. Bad thing is, I got to go buy another frickin' piece just for a little tiny piece to do the jack shaft. Jack shaft is going to be mounted dead center here, so it's going to be a pretty long distance for a chain. Of course, I'm going to go from there to the engine with a belt, and I'm going to run a centrifugal clutch. That way I could drive it, you know, drop the clutch and go like hell, or I can just take off normally with gas. Because I only got 1 speed, I have to use a centrifugal clutch. Otherwise, it'll be pretty hard taking off for the kind of speeds I want this thing to do. So I'm actually only gearing it to go maybe 25 miles per hour. I'm not too sure yet. I know just with the change of a sprocket, pulley, whatever, I can get it going a lot faster when I'm done. So anyway, I guess I got to start building my axle. And of course, knowing Princess Auto, once I bought my disc brake rotor, one went on sale, which it's buried actually in this mess of crap right here. This one here is like a 7-inch, but they got the 6-inch model that just went on sale for 15 bucks cheaper. So now I got to decide, 15 bucks cheaper, I could go buy a smaller size or just run this one. Not too sure yet. I don't have to worry about buying a caliper, you know what I mean, because I got a hydraulic one. So anyway, oh, and as for my jack shaft, it's going to be up in here. So I'm going to be mounting my pulleys up in here. This tractor has kind of a hood here that kind of goes up and over, so it should clear it. If not, I'll design it. And some people are worried about my steering. Don't worry. My steering is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be kind of like how Pug did his with an external steering, but it's going to be a little bit different. You'll have to just wait and see. I already got that planned out, so I don't care where everything mounts, because the steering is going to be a little bit different on this thing. So anyway, I guess I'll get my ass together and start reinforcing the rear end. So before I mount my axle, I'm going to put a bar across here, and so I could get my sprocket distance. So sweet. Okay, so I measured from the front to the back. I know this one's like a millimeter longer, so I'm not worried about that. Anyway, one hole's going to go right there, one hole's going to go there. That's just a line that I did when measuring. So that's where my holes are being drilled for my bearings. So piece of shit. D-Burr, you son of a bitch. Just got to drill with more power. Freaking Mac tools. Get some balls behind it. Double-handed sucker. Don't you fall, you damn camera. Oh, she's gonna fall. In between there, how's that? There we go. There we go. Nice and done. Got all my holes drilled. Distances are pretty much the same. That one right at the end right there might be a little bit off, but I got self-centering bearings, so I don't have to worry about it. Anyway, time to clean up my mess and use my grade 8 bolts or whatever they are that I bought here. And hopefully they're going to be long enough, which I'm sure they'll be more than long enough. Oh yeah, they'll be good. So these were freaking not cheap, but hey, I'm not going to cheap out when it comes to holding on the freaking axle. Sweet. Oh crap, did it again. Spent another $100. Ah, damn. Okay, so what do I have here? Got myself a 6-inch brake rotor. I bought a 7-inch or 6.8, but this one went on sale for half the price. So I can bring back my other one. This was like $15. The other one was like $39. So yeah, I'll bring back the other one and I'll end up running this. I got my brake caliper here. Got my brake caliper mount. That was $39. This was $8. These, well, I got to kind of explain my idea with these, and I think I'll wait for the video. So this is for the brake. Got some nuts and bolts for all these, and I got 2 more bearings. So yeah, I guess you guys will have to wait and see my crooked idea about doing this. So hopefully it should reinforce it up so I can handle like 30 plus horsepower in the future. That's my idea. Okay, so here's the brake. Just thought I'd pop it out, kind of show it. Simple enough. You undo these 2 bolts. This entire half comes off, and that's how you change your pads. So I used one of these on one of my trikes I built. It wasn't too bad, but it's not quite. It doesn't really stop you like you'd expect it to. This time I'm going to try with a little bit more leverage and a little bit of a better brake rod setup to try to get some more power out of it. So yeah, $39 comes with the brake pads. So seems to be pretty decent. So I'll see if I can get a model number here. Regular they wanted $69, on sale for $39, so I thought, I'll use one of these. I got a hydraulic one I could have used off an old street bike, but then I got to start running hydraulic cylinder, like, you know, just the shit involved in doing it. Didn't really want to go ahead and do that. I might retrofit my garden tractor, the Sears SS16, to run that style of brake, because one of my buddies burnt out the brake on me. So anyway, yeah. Continue more in the morning. Sweet.